my artist. This is Miss Kim teaching another art lesson. And today we are going to be learning some fascinating things. Today we are going to learn about cool colors and warm colors. And those two colors are going to be really interesting, how we create designs and patterns from those and how they contrast each other. So let's go ahead and talk about what you will need today. First of all, I am wearing an apron, and I would highly advise you to wear a large t-shirt or something that your parents or whoever's doing your laundry won't mind if you get a little bit messy, because art can sometimes be messy. Sometimes it can be so much fun that you're not even aware that you're wiping your hands everywhere. So get something comfortable on, and also I would like for you to work on your environment, and the environment means all of your surroundings. So when you're doing art, you should be either in a classroom or in an area, whether it's at home or wherever you are, even outside. You want to make sure that there's no distractions. So there's usually no phones or anything that can distract you. And you also want a room or the outside to be well lit. So when it is well lit, that's going to be a great introduction to warm colors. So we're going to talk about warm colors today. And we're going to talk about cool colors. Our warm colors are actually colors like these. We have red, yellow, orange, and pink. And these are markers. So the supplies you're going to need for today, we're going to be working with markers. You could use crayons, you could use paint, you can use whatever medium you would like. But I'm going to be demonstrating with markers today because I think they flow really well. So those are called warm colors. Now I'm going to introduce you to cool colors. Cool colors are very, very common at night when you can hardly see and everything seems to be dark, but you have very little light. So you have gray, black, purple, brown, blue, and green. Now green is an interesting color because to make green, you mix together blue and yellow. So green can actually be over here with the cool colors, or sometimes you can use green with your warm colors because it has yellow in it, so it works either way. It can be warm or a cool color. So I will keep green in the middle. We can use it for both. So our art subject today is a beautiful sun. It could be a sunrise, sunset, but we're going to have a really bright, warm sun because warm suns create lots and lots of colors. So we're also going to do a beautiful night scene. Our night scene is going to have a beautiful moon, and it's going to have stars, and we're going to create patterns. So the first thing I would like everyone to do is to use, let's go ahead and use green. I was going to use black, and if you want to use black, you can, but I'm going to use green because it can go warm or cool, so it would be a nice medium color. So what I would like everyone to do is to take your green or black or any color of your marker, go down to the left side of your paper, and by the way, my paper is horizontal, which I also call landscape. If I have my paper long ways, longer than it is wide, this is called portrait or it's called vertical. But we're going to do horizontal paper, and we're going to take our marker and we are going to create a curve that goes all the way up to the top right-hand corner. So we just took it from the bottom left and created a curve. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be straight, and it just goes up like that. I'm actually going to fill in this area just to make it a little bit more interesting. Now, up here on the top left-hand side, we are going to create a circle. Does everybody remember? Have you been in Miss Kim's class before, and do you know what a circle is called? In art, we call it a shape. A circle is a shape. It has height and width, but it doesn't have any depth. So from there, we're going to go down here to this bottom right-hand corner, and let's create a moon. I like crescent moons. Crescent moons are just fun. I think that will look really nice. Up here for the sun, what I would like for you to do is start at the circle and let's just create lines. And let's take the lines and let's take them from the circle and go straight out. And notice here, oh, we have a really nice long one. Here, another nice long one. We're going to take it from the sun. And let me just get back here so you can see this well. We're going to go here, here. I'm going to take that one straight down. Take this one over here. And look at how fun. So now I've got all of these lines. If I wanted to, I could go back in here, just make those lines a little bit thicker. And I'm actually doing that so that you can see better. Now, over on this side, we're actually going to, let's see, I'm looking at my original piece. I would like for you to draw stars over on this side. I'm going to make my stars pretty big. You can make your stars really small or make them all different sizes. Actually, you could even create little dots. Like if I put a little dot here, that's going to be a distant star. Matter of fact, you could do a shooting star. Wouldn't that be fun? So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and let's just do another star down here and maybe over here. Just make it interesting. So now that we have all of these sun's rays, what I would like for you to do is to go into each ray and create a pattern. Here I like to do triangle. Here I like to do a curve. Here I'm going to create slanted lines. Maybe here I will do the opposite. I will take it from those. And these are all what I like to call ideas or inspiration. That doesn't mean that you have to do exactly what I'm doing. It just means you can get ideas from me. But I would like to see how you are going to create yours different than everybody else's, because each one of your art pieces are different than anybody else in the world. Nobody does art the same way as you do. So let's just have fun. And this one's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and it goes off. And here I am just going to maybe create triangles. And I like polka dots. I don't know about you, but I think polka dots are fun. I like polka dots. And actually those are circles, right? Polka dots are the same as circles. They're just a pattern. Here I'm going to create a whole bunch of triangles in here, and here I'm going to create a bunch of boxes, squares. I don't know if you want to be square, but I have often been told I'm a little square. And that is fun. That's a rectangle there. And over here, I want to create some more patterns. And you can even create patterns with letters. You can create patterns with mountains, birds, maybe curves here, and maybe stripes there, and straight up and down, and maybe even a crisscross. And that one I'm going to leave solid. So now we have our outline. Our outline is a lot of fun. And this is how you're going to start, whether it's black lines, green lines, purple lines. It doesn't matter what color these lines are, because now we're going to go into actually creating warm colors. Everybody, think of warm, think of summer, think of the sun. Think of when you're out, whether you're at the beaches or wherever you are, and you have the sun really bright and you see lots of beautiful blue seas and lots of beautiful colors. So I'm going to start off with my favorite warm color, yellow. Yellow is a primary color. Yellow is fun, it's bright, and it makes me feel cheery. I don't know about you, but I feel happy every time I see yellow. Yellow's fun. So with yellow, and you can start with orange or red or pink. You can make your sun pink if you like, because that's fun too. But I'm just going to fill in my circle with yellow. That is bright. And you know what? While I have the yellow, I'm going to go out here and maybe some of my patterns. I will go in here and create more yellow. As long as the yellow is not next to another yellow. Like here, I'm going to make it opposite, because these were my opposites. So I'm going to make yellow. And if you did put yellow next to a yellow, don't worry about it. Miss Kim doesn't worry. Miss Kim is an artist, so I don't find worrying helps art at all. It's not very helpful. So, you know what is helpful in art? Fun. Absolutely. I love fun. So, I am just going to create more yellow, because it's making me so happy that I'm just getting carried away. I'm making everything yellow. So, I know yellow is a warm color, and I am putting it all over the place. And I don't want to put it there. So, now I'm going to use a different warm color. This is a orange red, but if you have red, a really good red, go ahead and use your red. But I am going to use red in some of my patterns. And as you can see, it's already starting to warm up. When you put red next to yellow, woo, it's nice and warm. I'm feeling like I'm almost ready to break out in a sweat. Just kidding. It's nice and warm. Red is a very, very hot color. Think about it. Fire trucks are red. Stop signs are red. Red gives a lot of energy off. So here, and I'm just going to go ahead and use red every place I want to. This is something that artists do a lot. When we're working with one color, we try to put it everywhere that we need it. This saves time from going back and forth, back and forth. I can just create and keep using the same color. And maybe up here, I'm going to try to create red here, here, and here. And I like getting it close to the yellow. So that's really nice and warm. And I'm going to go ahead and make that whole thing red, and maybe make that whole thing red. So, you see how bright we're getting? Now I'm going to move on to pink. I really like pink. Pink is fun. Pink creates nice colors. Oh, and I need to make sure that my easel doesn't fall. And I'm also going to make sure that you can see these great colors that I'm using. So let's go ahead and create pink up here. And when I'm working up here a whole lot, I start to feel like my other parts of my paper are feeling sad and lonely down here. These are feeling a little sad and lonely. So I'm going to give them some attention. I'm going to say, hey, let's use some pink down here so that we are feeling like we're covering every part of this. Isn't that cool? And just a little bit up here maybe. And now I am going to move to my bright orange. Bright orange. So here I'm going to use orange. Whoa! Do you see how bright that is? Do you understand why warm colors are so energetic? When you use bright, warm colors, you get energy. So if you were feeling sleepy, I bet you're awake right now. But as soon as we start using the cool colors, you're going to get nice and relaxed. If you're in from recess, or you come in after lunch, it's always good to use the cooler colors because you need to calm down, and that's nice and soothing. Whereas warm colors is like when you wake up in the morning and you're full of energy, or you need to be full of energy, that's when you want to use warm colors. So I'm just going to leave this, maybe fill in one more, and then we're going to move on. Whoops, let me get out of your way here. I'm going to move on to cool colors. And why? Because they're cool. And everybody wants to be cool. So we're going to move on to nice cool colors. And right after I finish this, because I don't want to leave it too empty, we want to make sure that our paper's nice and happy. Paper loves a lot of color. So we are done with our warm colors. I'm feeling nice and warm, but you know what makes those colors look even more warm? Cool colors. So I am going to come over here and use blue. I am going to use blue to outline my moon. So I am going to outline my moon in blue. And don't worry if you've got a little bit of white space there. And maybe I want to create a bigger circle here and just fill that in with blue. That becomes nice and cool. I'm already starting to feel more relaxed. And let's see, how can we do this? I want to go around each of my stars with blue. So I'm going to go here, 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 and don't forget there. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have fun. I'm going to start creating different patterns. Maybe, I don't want to make it all solid, but if you want to make it solid, I am perfectly okay with that. And here, maybe I just want a triangle. The reason I'm doing this, you will see shortly. Maybe I'll do that. Believe it or not, art, you're supposed to just make things up as you go. You can do this, and whether you're creating maybe a circle here, I just want to fill in my sky with as many shapes and different colors as possible. Maybe over here, create a triangle. We already have some triangles. Maybe over here, a square or a rectangle. And over here, I'm actually going to highlight this star here. And maybe just create a circle in here or something like that. Now I want to switch colors because I love color. Don't forget to always put the lid back on your marker and make sure it's nice and tight because you want to use these markers tomorrow and the next day and the next day. So I love purple. I'm going to take purple and I am going to create the next wave outside of that color there. And I am going to fill in my shape. I just created almost another moon shape on the outside of that. And actually, I'm going to just keep doing that, creating circles around that little circle that we had that we were going to make into a star. And then I want to come in here. And can you see the contrast already? And let's just start up here by creating, let's say this whole area. Let's make it all purple. So watch how we do that. We take our time, don't rush, because you don't want to hurry through something. Art is just about the journey, not so much about the destination. It's more about the journey. You just relax, and we're going all the way around this little star here. And I am just going to carry it up. And what I want to do is I want to eliminate as much white space as possible. When you have a little bit of white space, you want to fill it in so that you don't have white over in your cool colors, because you've got that beautiful moon. And we're going to either keep the moon white or we can create a different color. Or you can make it gray, you can make everything over here dark, or you can sometimes bring in some light. So I am just going to fill in this area here. And I'm just going to fill in this corner. I don't have to really plan it out too much. I can just kind of do what I'm feeling. So there. And maybe, just maybe, I want to fill in this. Remember when I did that shape above that star? We're going to fill in that. And maybe down here. I'm going to just put that in here. So let's use another color. Let's see. How about, let's use gray. Gray is always fun. So here, what I want to do is fill in this whole area in gray. Now, gray is not exciting, but it is a cool color. You don't really want to use gray to make people happy. You think of gray, you think of clouds, a gray day, and we all have gray days, and that's okay. Because we know the sun's going to be coming out. On the grayest of days, you know the sun will come out. It might not be till tomorrow, but we know that the sun will come out. So let's just have enjoyment and relaxation with the gray. Matter of fact, I'm going to just color in all of this gray. Because if you notice, it's pretty cool. So, right now we have a whole bunch of different colors going on, but let's go ahead and go back to our blue, because I really, really love blue. So, our blue, I'm going to just take the blue and go all along here. And what I would like to do, actually, I have that blue circle right here, this half circle. Instead of having that though, I think I would prefer to fill it all in with blue, because blue next to orange, those are complementary colors. They're opposite on the color wheel. Now, what's really nice is blue next to red and orange is making the warm colors even warmer. And Those warm colors are making our blue even cooler. And it's cooling it down. They complement each other. They actually create enough contrast that you've got really cool colors and really nice warm colors. So, I am just going to carry this blue all through here. And I'm going to carry it all in here. And let's go back to purple. Going back to purple creates a very interesting contrast. And I am going to go to green shortly because we're going to use green in both the warm colors and the cool colors, like I talked about at the beginning of our lesson. And here we go. I think we're almost done because I'm just going to fill in this area. And after you see most of it done, you will get the feeling of the cool and the warm right next to each other. You have warm summer days, and then you have cool winter nights. And now we're going to use a little bit of green, and this is going to show you how green can be used as a warm color because it's got yellow. And actually, green and red are also complementary colors because they're opposite on the color wheel. So here you can see that green can be warm and it can be bright when it's next to red and yellow and all the other warm colors. And now you're ready for the big grand discover. We're going to use it down here with the cool colors. And look what happens when you use it with the cool colors. It becomes cool. It actually cools it down because green is made of blue and yellow. So when it's next to blue, it's going to pull in the blue and it's going to make it cool. And we are almost done with our warm and cool days and nights. And I'm sorry about this moving so much. I am using an easel. I don't know if any of you have an easel, but an easel is kind of a stand. And you don't need it, but it works really, really well when you're painting or coloring and you need to show everybody something from a distance. So, this is probably very, very different. You could have created patterns down here. We could have done a whole bunch of intricate things. And actually, while I'm up here though, let's go ahead and fill in some of this with green so that we have some nice fill in. Remember how we said that parts of the paper might get a little lonely. So let's cheer up this part of the paper and create some warmth that blends in with some of the other colors. But overall, and actually I'm going to add a little bit of yellow here, and this will be my final stage, because right in here, we need it to be a little bit brighter, because we want it to be nice and warm. And right in here, just add a little bit of yellow. So, if you squint, you can really get the feeling of that coolness in here and the warmth in here. And sometimes, this is something that you can do because you understand the difference between cool and warm, but now I'm actually going to make this more interesting, and I'm going to use a warm color inside of the cool colors. Watch what happens when I add the yellow into the moon. Now what? Now those are even more sparkly and brighter because they're in all of the cool colors. So now they look even brighter. So I hope you had fun doing this because I know I did. I love playing with colors and I love warm colors, but I also love cool colors because the cool colors bring out the warmth and the warm colors. So I hope you enjoyed this, like I said, and I hope you join me again because I have a lot more to show you and a lot more to teach you about art. And as an artist, I really find that the best advice I can give to young artists like you is that the more you draw and the more you doodle and the more you play in art, the better you will be. And I always like to remind everyone to say kind words to each other. When you are sitting next to someone who just did an art piece, find the good things about their art. Make sure that you're never saying anything that might hurt their feelings. You want them to feel good because you want to feel good. And when you realize art is different, no matter who's doing it, only one person can do art like you, and that's you. So make sure that you're kind to others, and I also hope that right now, as all of you are finishing up your projects, if you're not done already, if some people work slower, some people work faster, and that's okay. We all work at different paces, and we have different styles. But I would like for you, after everybody's art is done, if you can please look at someone else's art and give them one good compliment. Just look at their art, and if I was to look at this art, and if it belonged to someone else, I might say, "Oh, I really like your sun. That's really round. That's really pretty." And that makes the artist feel good. It makes us just feel positive. So you don't want to tell someone what you don't like about their art because actually what you may not like about it, somebody else might love about it. So let's be encouraging, let's be happy, and let's have fun. Let's be artists. So until next time, everyone, please remember, keep the caps on the markers. Keep the paper away from your dogs and cats so nobody eats in your artwork, and show your work to everybody because it's just wonderful. And so I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.